Welcome to the Appendix, where we read the primary sources of the past so that you can better understand the present. Today's primary source, the Charter of Maryland, June 20th, 1632. George Calvert, 1st Lord Baltimore, had attempted to found a colony in Newfoundland, but discouraged by the uninviting charter of his grant, there persuaded Charles I to grant him a patent to land north of the Potomac. George Calvert died in April 1632, and the charter was issued to his son, Cecil, 2nd Lord Baltimore. The Charter of Maryland was founded after the earlier charter to the Newfoundland plantation, Avalon, which was in turn modeled after the county Palatine of Durham, a crown fief, the powers of whose lord was second only to those of the king. 2. Whereas our well-beloved and right trusty subjects, Cecil Calvert, Baron of Baltimore, in our kingdom of Ireland, being animated with a laudable and pious zeal for extending the Christian religion, and also the territories of our empire, hath humbly besought leave of us, that he may transport by his own industry and expense a numerous colony of the English nation, to a certain reign, wherein after described in accounting hereunto uncultivated in the parts of America, and partly occupied by savages, having no knowledge of the divine being, and that all that region with some certain privileges and jurisdictions appertaining unto the wholesome government and state of his colony and region aforesaid may by our royal highness be given, granted, and confirmed unto him and his heirs. 3. Know ye therefore that we by this our present charter do give, grant, and confirm unto the aforesaid Cecilus, now Baron of Baltimore, his heirs and assigns, all that part of the peninsula or Cherestone lying in the parts of America between the ocean on the east and the Bay of Chesapeake on the west. Also we do grant unto the said Baron of Baltimore all islands and islets within the limits aforesaid, all of the singular islands and islets from the eastern shore of the aforesaid region towards the east, which have been or shall be formed in the seas, situate within 10 marine leagues from the said shore. And furthermore, the patronages and avowsons of all churches which, within increasing worship and reign of Christ, within the said region, hereafter shall happen to be built, together with license and faculty of erecting and founding churches, chapels, and places of worship, in convenient and suitable places within the premises, and of causing the same to be dedicated and consecrated according to the ecclesiastical laws of our kingdom of England, with all and singular such, and as ample rights, jurisdictions, privileges, prerogatives, royalties, liberties, immunities, and royal rights, and temporal franchises, whatsoever, by well as by sea, as by land, within the region aforesaid to be had, exercised, used, and enjoyed, as any bishop of Durham, within the bishopric, or county, Palatine, of Durham, in our kingdom of England, ever heretofore hath had, held, used, or enjoyed, or of right could, or ought to have, hold, use, or enjoy. 5. And we do by these presents make, create, constitute him, the now Baron of Baltimore, and his heirs, the true and absolute lords and proprieties of the region aforesaid, and of all other of the premises, except the before excepted, saving always the faith and allegiance and sovereign dominion due to us, to hold us as of our castle of Windsor, and our county of Berks, in free and common soccage, by fealty only for our all services, and not in capite, nor by knight's service, yielding therefore unto us 2 Indian arrows of these parts to be delivered at the said castle of Windsor every year on Tuesday in Easter week, and also the 5th part of all gold and silver ore, which shall happen from time to time to be found within the aforesaid limits. 6. Now that the aforesaid region may be eminently distinguished above all other regions of that territory, know ye that we do erect and incorporate the same into a province, and nominate the same Maryland, by which name we will that it shall be henceforth be called. 7. And we do grant unto the said now Baron, for the good and happy government of the said province, free, full, and absolute power, by the tenor of these presents, to ordain, make, and erect laws, and what kind soever according to their sound discretions, whether relating to the public state of the said province or the private utility of individuals, of and with the advice, assent, and approbation of the free men of the same province, or of the greater part of them, or of their delegates or deputies, whom we shall be called together for the framing of laws, when and as often as need shall require, by the aforesaid now Baron of Baltimore, and in the form which shall seem best to him, and duly to exercise the same upon all persons, for the time being, within the aforesaid province, and the limits thereof, or under his or their government and power, by the imposition of fines, imprisonment, and other punishment whatsoever, even if it be necessary, and the quality of offense required it, by privation of member or life, so nevertheless, that the laws aforesaid be consonant to reason and be not repugnant or contrary, but, so far as conveniently may be, agreeable to the laws, statutes, customs, and rights of our kingdom of England. 17. Moreover, we will appoint and ordain, and by these presents for us, our heirs and successors, do grant unto the aforesaid now Baron of Baltimore, his heirs and assigns, that the same Baron of Baltimore, his heirs and assigns from time to time forever shall have and enjoy the taxes and subsidies payable or arising within the ports, harbors, or other creeks and places aforesaid within the province aforesaid, for wares bought and sold, and things there to be laden or unladen, to be reasonably assessed by them and the people there as aforesaid, on emergent occasion, to whom we grant power by these presents for us, our heirs and successors, to assess and impose the said taxes and subsidies there, upon cause and in due proportion. 18. And furthermore, we do give unto the aforesaid now Baron of Baltimore full and absolute license, power, and authority, that he assign, align, grant, demise, or in off so many such and proportionate parts and parcels of the premises to any person or persons willing to purchase the same, as they shall think convenient to have and to hold in free simple or free tell for or the terms of lives, or years, to hold of the aforesaid now Baron of Baltimore by such services, customs, and rents of this kind as to the same now Baron of Baltimore shall seem fit and agreeable, and not immediately of us. 19. We also do grant license to the same Baron of Baltimore to erect any parcels of land within the province aforesaid, into manors, and in every of those manors to have and to hold a court baron, and all things which to a court baron do belong. Thank you for joining us for our primary source today on the appendix. We will see you in the stats.